Why is it that some people go through life without ever finding the love they deeply desire? Why do relationships seem to fall apart no matter how hard they try? You may think it's just bad luck. Maybe you've asked yourself if there's something wrong with you. But what if I told you that it's not a curse? It's a sign that Allah is protecting you from something you cannot yet understand. My dear brothers and sisters, not everyone is destined to follow the same path. Some people are kept away from love, romance, and commitment for reasons beyond what the eye can see. And in Islam, when Allah removes something from your life, it is never without wisdom. Imam Shafi'i, rahmatullahi alayh, once said, "If you knew how Allah manages your affairs for you, your heart would melt with love for Him. So before you see this as a misfortune, before you let heartbreak consume you, let us uncover the deeper wisdom behind it. Here are 6 reasons why some people are kept away from romance, and what it really means in Allah's grand plan. 1. Allah protects you from things that can destroy your faith. The sooner you recognize that God's wisdom is greater than your desires, the sooner you will find true peace. In today's world, relationships are often treated like a game, temporary, disposable, and based on fleeting desires rather than true commitment. Many people enter into relationships for fun and do not realize that every commitment leaves a mark on the heart, and when the heart is attached to the wrong person, it can lead to spiritual blindness. One begins to legitimize what is haram, forgetting its true purpose and even turning away from Allah. Islam is clear about this. An extramarital affair is not only wrong, but also dangerous for one's soul. The Prophet Muhammad said, "When a man and a woman are alone together, the third person present there is shaitan." Tirmidhi. However, many people do not take it seriously. They assume that as long as their intentions are good, it is harmless. But look around you. How many people have been destroyed spiritually by unlawful relationships? How many people have sacrificed their peace of mind, their self-worth, and their connection with God just to please someone who was never right for them? If you are struggling to find love, it may be because God is protecting your heart from corruption. He knows that wrong love can lead you to destruction, while the right love, a love based on faith and commitment, will bring you closer to Him. But here's the real test. Will you be patient and trust Allah? Or will you continue to chase after something He is keeping you away from? 2. When Allah is protecting you from the wrong person, have you ever found yourself getting close to someone, only for everything to suddenly fall apart? Maybe you thought they were the one. But no matter how hard you tried, the relationship just didn't work out. At the time, it felt painful, maybe even unfair. But looking back now, do you see that if you had stayed, it would have only brought you suffering? My dear brothers and sisters, in Islam, when something repeatedly fails, it is often a sign of protection, not punishment. Allah removes certain people from your life because He knows what you do not know. The Quran reminds us, "But perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. And Allah knows, and ye know not." Quran 2:16. Think about the world we live in today. How many people rush into relationships only to be heartbroken, betrayed, or spiritually lost? Sometimes when you don't get what you want, it's because Allah is saving you from something that could have destroyed you. The real question is, do you trust Allah's plan, or do you keep chasing what was never meant for you? 3. When Allah wants you to focus on something greater, have you ever noticed how some people become consumed by the idea of relationships? They spend years chasing love, getting hurt, and losing themselves in the process. Meanwhile, others seem to have a higher purpose that guides their lives. My dear brothers and sisters, sometimes when romance is absent from your life, it's because Allah is directing you to something far more important. Instead of being distracted by emotions, heartache, or the pursuit of temporary happiness, Allah may be preparing you for a greater mission, one that will bring you closer to Him and fulfill a purpose far beyond what you have imagined. Instead of chasing after temporary love, Allah may be calling you to focus on something far greater: yourself, your faith, and your future. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Whoever focuses on the hereafter, Allah puts wealth in his heart, organizes his affairs, and the world comes to him humble. But those who focus only on this world, Allah places poverty between their eyes, scatters their affairs, and they receive from the world only what is written for them." Tirmidhi. Look at history. Some of the greatest people, those who changed the world, left legacies, and strengthened their faith, did not let their lives revolve around relationships. Instead, they used their time to build something meaningful. So the real question is, are you wasting your time chasing romance? Or are you using this period of solitude to strengthen your relationship with Allah and work towards something greater? Because the reality is that when you prioritize Allah, everything else falls into place. 4. When you are being prepared for something greater. Sometimes, when love seems distant, when relationships don't work out, and when you feel isolated, it's not rejection, it's preparation. Allah removes certain things from your life not to deprive you, but to prepare you for something far greater than you can imagine. Maybe it's a test to strengthen your heart. Maybe it's a sign that you have a mission that requires your full attention. Or maybe, just maybe, Allah is keeping you away from distractions so that He can give you something even better at the right time. The Prophet Muhammad said, "No slave of Allah will truly believe until he believes in Al-Qadr, both the good and the bad, and until he knows that what has befallen him was never going to miss him, and what missed him was never meant to be his." Tirmidhi. Look at the lives of great scholars, leaders, and those who made a difference in this world. Many of them didn't live lives full of romance and attachments. Instead, they devoted themselves to something higher. And in doing so, they found a fulfillment that no worldly relationship could ever bring. So, if you feel like Allah has been keeping you away from love, ask yourself, could this be a sign that I am being prepared for something greater? A test of patience? A higher calling? A lesson that will change my life forever? Because in the end, the one who trusts Allah's plan always wins. 5. When you learn to control your desires instead of being controlled by them, let's face it, we are not robots. Every human being has emotions, desires, and a natural longing for companionship. Islam does not ask us to suppress our feelings, but teaches us to control them within the limits of the faith. And this is what separates a true believer from someone who simply follows their desires. While the world teaches us to act on every impulse, Islam teaches us to discipline our emotions. Allah says in the Quran, "As for those who fear the position of their Lord and prevent their souls from inclination, paradise will be their refuge." Quran 79:40-41. The difference between a strong person and a weak person is who controls whom. Do you control your desires, or do your desires control you? The key is to redirect your emotions toward something meaningful. Because in Islam, discipline over desire is what leads to true success. So the question is, are you using this time to build your strength, or are you giving in to the same cycle that leads others astray? 6. when Allah teaches you that true fulfillment comes from Him. In today's world, people are constantly told that they need someone else to feel complete. If they are single, they feel they are missing something. If they are in a relationship, they feel validated. But Islam teaches us something much deeper. Our true fulfillment does not come from people, but from our connection with Allah. As human beings, we are created to be weak, dependent, and in constant need of Allah's guidance and mercy. But instead of turning to Him, many people try to fill this void with relationships, thinking that another person will heal them, fix them, or make them whole. But the truth is that no human being can fill a space that should be filled by Allah. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Whoever seeks the pleasure of Allah at the cost of displeasing people, Allah will be pleased with him and will cause people to be pleased with him. But whoever seeks to please people at the cost of displeasing Allah, Allah will be displeased with him and will cause people to be displeased with him too." Ibn Hibban. So, if you feel alone, if love has never worked for you, maybe it's because Allah wants you to build your relationship with Him before you seek love from His creation. Because no matter how strong a relationship is, it will always be temporary. The only love that is eternal, that never fails, and that never leaves you empty, is the love of Allah. So the real question is, do you seek validation from people, or do you seek closeness to the One who created you? Because if you find peace with Allah, everything else will follow in its own time. If love and relationships have always seemed distant in your life, know that this is not a punishment. It is part of God's plan. God does not withhold anything for no reason, whether it is to protect you, to prepare you, or to strengthen your faith. But the question is this: do you trust His timing, or are you still chasing something that He is pushing you away from? Think for a moment before you go to sleep tonight. Am I patient with God's plan, or have I rushed my own plan? Am I seeking love in a way that pleases God, or am I pursuing my desires? If I were to stand before God today, would I be satisfied with the choices I have made? Here is a simple prayer that you can take with you. O Allah, give me patience in what I do not understand, and contentment in what you have written for me. If this message has touched your heart, please comment below. O Allah, make me content with your plan. Your words may inspire someone else who is struggling with the same trial. And if you found this reminder helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free for you, but it helps us to continue spreading messages that bring us closer to Allah. May Allah guide us all, protect our hearts, and grant us what is truly best for us. Ameen.